One of the biggest complaints that I've heard about Taylor Sheridan is that people do not necessarily enjoy the way that he depicts his female characters. For me, this is both an interesting and polarizing topic because I can see both sides of this coin. I personally am thrilled to see Michelle Pfeiffer head up the new Madison TV show, and I feel that she personally would never take a role that she didn't believe in. But as for past shows and characters, let's dive in. Starting with the Yellowstone universe in 1883. I found myself quite inspired by Elsa and Margaret Dutton because they were written and portrayed as complex, capable people who shaped their own lives and didn't fold to the expectation of the time that they were living in. Elsa dying was also something I felt was necessary to the story. She was always meant to. She is the first example of the Dutton sacrifice and their spirit as a whole. Talking 1923, this is an interesting array of women. I was very vocal when the show was airing about the Whitfield storyline and the way that we saw women being portrayed and abused. It was definitely over the top. However, I understand in storytelling, accuracy in depicting history is the only authentic way to tell a period piece story. In 1923, you had other examples of really fierce and rebellious women. I would argue the most important character of the entire series was Tiona Rainwater. Her character is the fiercest, most rebellious, and deeply human character in the most literal sense. Her story for me really exposed the brutality inflicted upon Indigenous women, and her resistance and strength resonated so deeply with me. It was hard to watch, but it was necessary for us to watch. In the same show, we have Cara Dutton, depends which day it is. Now, this is maybe my favorite female character of all time. She is another example of women who take no shit. Speaking of women who take no shit, we also have to talk about Beth Dutton from the main Yellowstone show. Now, if anything, this would be the character that I think was done the most injustice. She almost felt like a toxic cartoon character who never evolved or grew. Then you have Monica Dutton, as discussed in previous videos, who I feel was a victim of very poor writing. Switching to one of my favorite Taylor Sheridan shows, we have Lioness. I feel Jo was written with so much moral complexity and such an emotional intelligence that you really connect to the character. As for the women of Landman, I know this is a hot topic. Just follow this comment back to the entire video that I already did on them and me defending how necessary their characters are. Anyways, all this to say, I don't know much about Taylor Sheridan as a person, so I can't speak to that. But I do believe that he can write women, but also has failed at writing women. Same way, in my opinion, that he has succeeded and failed at writing men. Now, some of his shows or seasons have been spectacular, and some have pissed us off. It's likely more about the amount of project he takes on and also the personal lenses in which we watch all of these shows that leave us feeling a bit disappointed or having these opinions.